Hello everyone. We had a little technical issue with the microphone, but I've got it worked out now. Good afternoon to everyone. It is October 11th of 2023 and welcome to Trackside with Tom. My name is Tom Hogan. I am the owner and operator of Steel Highway Railcams, and I am thrilled to have everyone here live with us today. It's 23, a nice little lunchtime crowd to be enjoying some train action this afternoon. And let's get right after it here. I did want to share a couple of notes with everyone. There are some outages going on in the Chicago area right now. Outages with Comcast specifically, which does affect our internet providers, both for the ATCS server and for the webcam servers in Chicago as well. And that has limited the availability of some of these webcams recently, which is why Chicago, for instance, was offline overnight and into this morning as well. So that is, and it affects the ATCS servers because the ATCS Midwest and ATCS Chicago are both hosted in the Chicago suburbs as well. They were affected by the internet outages. So we're going to, let's see here, Buddy Burton, we got a timestamp at Dubuque Junction, 11:23. And I know you sent me one from Clinton earlier today as well that we can look at. But yes, let's go ahead and check out Dubuque Junction at 11:23 a.m. And, oh, we got to switch over to our media source. Turn off the image. There we go. Media source. Blow this up. And let's see exactly what we've got. Turn this down a little bit. There we go. A little overpowering there. So we've got a northbound. Oh, yep, it's the 7012. I kind of expected that's what we were looking for. Thanks for pointing that out. A gray Ghost, KCS motor, and a newer Southern Belle KCS motor as well. On this, this is a CPKC northbound, traveling the Marquette sub, going toward the Dubuque yard, and just exiting the trackage rights with the shared main or joint main with the CN. Of course, the joke is it's only a joint main when the CN is not there. But that's a discussion for a different day anyway. So as we roll this northbound by, let's take a look here. We've got Stephen Kern, hello. Keaton Weiss, hello from Windsor Heights. You know, a Des Moines webcam is something that I have really wanted and not been able to accomplish so far. But it really would be an interesting thing to have for sure. Michael Richmond, hello. Daniel Swanson, hello. Look like you got a couple of catches up in Canada. Nice work. Up around Winnipeg area. Santa Fe Man, Buddy Burton. Who else have we got here? Alan Hunt, always good to see you. Barry Anderson, Dave Kroger. Hello, hello, hello. BNSF N-Scale. Dave BNSF N-Scale, hello. Vern Rosenthal. And I think that we've got everyone accounted for. And yes, 261 northbound, I believe that is an accurate statement for this northbound that we're seeing roll through across East 7th Street in Dubuque. Some ballast cars in there, that's interesting, ballast hoppers. So, need one by the southeast 14th yard, yeah, you know, that would be a great location. You find me a host down there. Buddy Burton, you're trackside. Where exactly are you today? Why don't you share with us a little more information? Need one at Calgary for the 2816. You know, I have seen there's been quite a bit of footage of people showing the 2816 doing break-in runs in the Calgary area. And it really does make me think like, yeah, you know, Western Canada webcams. That sounds like a good idea, but there's obviously a lot of logistics that would have to go into it to make something like that happen. So, Edmore. Buddy's up at Edmore. You know, Buddy, when you come back from Edmore, you should drive into downtown Dubuque and see if there are signal masts being built either at 16th Street or at Hawthorne on the north end of the Dubuque siding. I would be very interested to know if the CP is starting to put up new signal masts in either of those locations. That would be for the north end and south end of the north and south ends of the Dubuque Yard and the Dubuque siding. Dave BNSF N scale north of Stevens Point, Wisconsin. We have a Stevens Point webcam, and yeah, definitely happy to have you on board. So, I wonder if this guy's waiting on 576, if it's gotten by the Guttenberg webcam yet. We might be able to go over to Guttenberg and see what his meet is going to be. But this is the CP261. So, for those of you that aren't familiar with it, the CP does even odd numbering rather than the alphabet soup that you see with some other railroads like UP and BNSF. So the evens run east and south, and the odds run north and west. In this case, this is a northbound, so it's an odd-numbered train 261 going back towards St. Paul, because going from Kansas City to St. Paul, or for that matter, now going from Shreveport to St. Paul, is considered a northbound move. So, now that we've checked all that out and we see the crossing traffic is starting to clear, 576 on the main 261 will take the siding. All right. So you're talking about a meet at Edmore, I'm assuming, and not at Dubuque. So let's jump over to Guttenberg quick, because we haven't actually talked about Guttenberg recently at all. And we will see if we can find this northbound coal train at Guttenberg at 11:29. Well, we can definitely check that out. I wonder if he met the 576 also at Edmore or at Dubuque, potentially. All right, so this is Guttenberg. Oh, and thank you to our host, All Seasons Trucking in Davenport, or excuse me, in Dubuque. And thank you to our host, the city of Guttenberg. Let's see here. What do we have? I think I hear a whistle in the background. Yep, definitely. So the camera here is looking north. Behind us, there's quite a few crossings that are very close together, so it makes it pretty easy to hear to be able to hear the trains approaching as they whistle through downtown Guttenberg. And yep, single UPGE on the head end and a loaded coal train going up to central Wisconsin. I know we've researched it or discussed it before, but these trains go up to a utility plant in central Wisconsin. And, oh, wish you could go live. 261 approaching the siding. All right. Yeah, unfortunately, I think you would have to be an administrator or like a manager of the YouTube channel in order to be able to go live. Jeff Fife, when are the new cameras coming? That Coley went through Boone last night. Yeah, you know, that's a good point. These coal trains that come across the UP, yes, going to Portage, Wisconsin, that get handed off to CP Casey. You can see them going by Carroll and Belle Plaine, and when it's online, the Grand Mound camera as well. And I guess this is as good a time to address that as any. The Grand Mound camera has been offline since Friday, and I am working on a solution to try to get that back online. Without getting into really too many details, basically, that Grand Mound camera is going to remain offline, at least in the short term, and I am, in fact, trying to work on a solution to get that webcam back online as quickly as possible. New webcams. Yes, I am working on new webcams, and I think that you're going to see, even though we're sitting here on October 10th, I do think you're going to see a couple more come online yet this year. I am working with several groups to try to get some more webcams installed, and I think I'm going to be successful in a couple of them, so we'll just have to see what happens. 576, 3 northbounds at Edmore. Okay, so the coal train must have been one of them. And while we're rolling the coal train by, because quite honestly, coal trains are kind of tedious at times, we're going to go back further. Oh, and there comes the DPU. So that is, in fact, the end of our coal train. So where is the 576? And, oh, and there we see, we've got a guy waiting for the train to pass and then walking his bike. I don't know how well you guys could hear that, but he's just lining himself up at Eckerd's. Apparently, yeah, we had some fog at Guttenberg this morning. That's interesting. What locations are the cameras going to be? Well, I will share those locations when I have confirmation that they're going to go online. I generally try not to... Oh, I try to under-promise and over-perform, I guess is the best way to put it. So, I try to make sure that when a camera is announced and it's going online, that it's actually 100% certain. I think I found the 576, and it looks like he is cutting through some dense fog at 8:40 this morning in Guttenberg. I can hear... So you remember, just a little bit ago, we were looking at that crossing. The fog is so bad that you cannot see the crossing from this angle. You just see the headlights, and now as the train comes into view, I'm going to pause it here. Yeah, CP8842 is the leader. Again, is GE. I think the CP calls these ES44ACs. And then this is the 576 train, which is a loaded oil train that Buddy is talking about in the chat, which is apparently sitting at Edmore and just sitting there making multiple meets. So we know we met the coal train. We know that he's meeting the 261 that we just watched go across the Dubuque Junction camera. So let's see here. Saw my breath this morning. Winter is coming. Any possible update on ATCS for Duncombe? Yeah, so ATCS for Duncombe, the potential host that I was looking at has basically stopped communicating with me. I know that he had some damage to his building, and apparently just decided that I'm not interested in returning my calls anymore. So I don't know how or when that's going to happen. I'm still working on that, but I may have to just start working on a different host location out there somewhere on the west end of the Waterloo sub. Yes, no spilling on the beans on when a cam is not up yet. That's right. We like to make announcements when things are actually in place or in the process of happening. Again, you know, just don't want to really try to avoid that promising things that don't end up playing out. So that's definitely the case. All right. Now, earlier, I know that Buddy had sent me a message with a timestamp from Clinton as well. And if we look to see here, Dubuque Junction, yeah, Clinton, 7:08 and 10 seconds this morning. So we're going to skip away from the long string of loaded oil train that's coming through Guttenberg, and we'll go over to Clinton and pull up the Clinton webcam and jump back a little ways to 7. Oh, yeah. Killed the audio. I think we went back a little too far. Apparently, at 5:30 this morning, there were a lot of bugs out here in Clinton. So, we got to jump ahead a little bit. 6 and 6:38. 7 a.m. So the bridge is open, which means I'm guessing. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. So 7:08 and 13 seconds. And here is a CSX leader. Oh, and a BNSF 767. Very interesting. That's, this is a foreign power train going south on the, this is the Davenport sub. We're south of the Marquette sub now. And this is a loaded hopper train. It looks like loaded 4-bay hoppers, so it's probably DDGs out of an ethanol plant, if I had to guess. Loaded 4-bay hopper train going south on the CPKC Davenport sub. And let's see here. Hello, Robert from West Virginia. Nice to see you. And Dave, been trying to catch CN crossing Wisconsin River at Darcy, Wisconsin. No luck so far. Well, good luck with that. That's a fantastic shot if you can get it. So definitely keep working on that. So yes, thank you for pointing this out, buddy. We had the CPKC with a couple of foreign power leaders going south at Clinton. 392 train, apparently. So, buddy, I'm just curious. Have you been out chasing trains since 7 o'clock this morning? That this is what you, were you out photographing this one as well? Just curious as to how ambitious you've been today. So, while this is rolling by, I am going to pull up. We're going to take a quick look at the couple of the ATCS monitors and just see if there's anything out here moving around. So if I look at the Dubuque sub, I see that, well, I don't see anything yet because it hasn't updated. But as it loads, oh, apparently the CN is switching or maybe even getting ready to depart east. If we go back to Dubuque now, we will probably see the CN pulled out in front of the camera at Dubuque Junction. And sure enough, there it is. So is it a switch engine? No, we have one of these re-stenciled CITX leaders And then it looks like a wide cab SD70 maybe. So anyway, I'm guessing that this is our 338 eastbound pulling out toward the drawbridge and getting ready to depart. Missed that one, but caught two 853s and 261. All right. Clinton radio scanner offline. Yes, it is. We are having problems with static at the Clinton location, and I think that we're going to I might have to go down there and replace the radio or replace a cable or something, because the Clinton scanner radio is not working correctly right now. I ended up having to mute it because it was just producing a ton of static. All right, if we look at the next thing is the CP DM&E server. And yes, it is somewhat amusing to me that this is still referred to as the CP DM&E server, even though totally different names for the railroads now. It looks like they're getting set up for a meet at Let's. It looks to me like... Oh, and there's something... Okay, so it looks like they're getting... The CP is definitely lining up to make a meet at Let's. The meet might already be there, I don't know. But something... The northbound is lined into the siding. And then... There is a southbound between LeClaire and Bettendorf. And it looks like not a whole lot in the Sebula or Savannah area right now. But we can definitely jump around some more. Northbound, yes, northbound at Rutledge. All right. So, all right, well, we will go over to take a look at the next. This actually gives us an opportunity to look at Port Byron. I know last time we did this, we tried to find a train that was across the river at Port Byron and didn't have a lot of success, but because something literally just went by within the last couple minutes, I'm hoping that we'll be able to find this. The riverboat is still parked over there. I believe they're getting close to the end of the riverboat season. One thing that I have gotten reported to me from several different people is that the CP is in fact moving defect detectors around, which I also find to be very interesting. There's apparently a new defect detector north of Bellevue. There's one going in near Massey, just south of Wood. And there's also a defect detector that's south of Letts got moved to closer to Columbus Junction, I believe. So they're really kind of gung-ho about repositioning or strategically trying to move different defect detectors around. Well, this is interesting. We did find a riverboat going by Port Byron, and I guess this does give us a chance to talk about the Clinton River Traffic website, that if you're interested in barge and boat operations, you can definitely check out the Clinton River Traffic website. Yeah, the Massey defect detector is active. And like this passenger boat going upstream looks like he's making pretty good time cruising right through the channel here. One at Siloam Springs, Arkansas on the KCS Heaver sub. I'm assuming you're meaning that's a new defect detector, 226.7. Thanks for the update or the information. All right, well, again, not really having any luck trying to find a train going through LeClaire. But we will take a look at the Ottumwa camera and see what is the train that is at Rutledge and see if we can find that. And apparently this camera needs to be cleaned up a little bit. I might have to make a trip down to Ottumwa and make sure I get that camera cleaned up a bit. Seems to be, seems like it has a smudge of some sort that it's waiting for here. The Twilight, fun ride. We've done it twice. Interesting. Yeah. The, you know, those riverboat cruises are really quite fun if you ever have the opportunity to do one. Definitely recommend it. So, I'm looking here and I'm not seeing any trains by Rutledge. If you have a timestamp for that train going by the CP Ottumwa camera, please let me know. New intermediate signal where the detector was south of Cotter. Yeah? All right. All right. Well, let's move right along here. So, thank you to the Clinton County Museum for hosting the Clinton webcam. And, oh, we definitely got some rain in Washington this morning. Barry Anderson, are you getting rained on making your deliveries today? It looks like it is quite wet outside with all the pools of water that are sitting here on the pavement. So you'll have to give us an update on that if you have it. Let's see here. Am I going to find this train going through Washington? I was really hoping with this northbound lined into Letts that we were going to find something going by the Washington camera, but apparently that is not meant to be. Between Stevens Point and Knowlton off Wisconsin Highway 34, yes, that's another one. Apparently, no, not really finding anything interesting by Washington either. Well, this is unfortunate. Hopefully we have some timestamps that everyone. But yeah, we're definitely looking for timestamps if everyone wants to share. Griffith camera 816, ordinary power with a unit hopper that I don't think you've seen before. Okay, we can definitely check that out. Thank you. So, I mean, Griffith is one of those that you really can't go wrong with to begin, so there's just a ton of traffic making its way through Griffith every single day. Well, I apologize for the lull in action because we have not had very much success trying to find timestamps here this morning. I feel like I'm batting about 0 for my last 4. I don't know if it's quite that bad. But yeah, the Griffith camera, if we go back to 6:30 a.m. is Belle Plaine. Where was 8:16? There we go. 8:16 at Griffith. And this is 7:10 at Griffith, but we're going to scroll back just a bit here. And we'll actually see what the power is on this one. And see the gates are down and the train is approaching. Looks like quite a bit of power on this one, actually. So let's see what we've got for a westbound on the J going by Griffith, Indiana. We've got a couple of GEs, followed by a couple of EMDs. Very interesting. All right. Well, Too bad the EMD standard cabs weren't leading, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Load of telephone poles there going by the Griffith webcam. I'm not sure if this is the 337 this morning. I know that telephone poles are unloaded in Dubuque. There's actually a small yard right next to the CN yard where they spot those cars and the truck drivers come in and unload telephone poles. So I'm not sure, but this could be 337 heading toward Hawthorne for his pickup before he departs to go west toward Dubuque. Let's see here. What else have we got for comments? Yes, new intermediate. Thank you, Barry. Definitely appreciate that. New intermediate signal where the detector was south of Cotter. Detector was moved to north of Cotter. Well, that's fascinating. Okay. Griffith camera 0816. Yes, we'll look at that next. We've also got... oh yes, the CP7014 went west by Belle Plaine at 6:30 this morning. Barry, you got a few sprinkles. Yeah, well, I'm glad that you did not get soaked out there. BNSF Freak 747, hello. Saying a quick hello to everyone. Good to see you as well. Dancy, not Darcy, and CN crosses Wisconsin River at Knowlton Bridge, L581, twice daily, plus the Weston Coal train. Yes. I-39 at 34 goes south maybe 5 miles. All right, well, thanks for the information. Appreciate it, guys. 6:30 a.m. west, empty ethanol train. Yeah, so we can go to Belle Plaine next. Keep hearing horns from my house. That's a big problem to have. I would hate to have that problem. I definitely enjoy horn traffic in the background as well. And N-scale posts on a cam closer like Stevens Point when you get more info. Yes, that's always appreciated. Anytime that people have information that they want to share, we always encourage you to share it via the webcams, share it in all the chat, or with any way that you can with the Facebook groups that are available. Definitely appreciate that. And alright, we're going to skip ahead about an hour here and look for 806, which I think I may have found. Let's see. As we have the rear of our train approaching. And it looks like it's going to be going by the camera any moment now. 181 coming into Ottumwa, 8:11 a.m. All right. Oh, this isn't even. This is 7:39. And we have a eastbound this time. 3 BNSF motors and a CN motor. This has got to be the Eola transfer, I would imagine. Going to Kirkyard. Alright, so that's 7:39 this morning. Let's keep moving. I believe we're going to see a auto rack train coming by next. Going westbound again, but taking the connection from the South Bend sub onto the Matson sub. Oh, no. Nope, this auto rack train is actually going to the CSX. This is one of these that they do not run particularly often. Kind of a rare catch to catch these, to see these auto rack trains coming off the CN and going directly to the CSX for interchange. Alright, so 7:54, so we're getting closer. What else do we have? 8:09. Oh, thank you for the donation, Conrail Train Man. Definitely appreciate that. That is, you know, anyone that supports the channel, we always love to see that. Alright. and 8:16. So the gates are down. This is the timestamp that we were given from a little bit ago here. And this is a eastbound, looks like an empty coal hopper train. It is definitely rare to see empty coal hoppers going east. That is just not something that you see every day. So thanks for that. That is definitely a good catch here this morning. I do not know the last time that I've actually seen, like seeing empty coal hoppers go east, seeing loaded coal hoppers go west. It's very, very rare because of the preponderance of coal traffic that's loaded out in Colorado and Wyoming. So thanks for pointing that out. That was following up. Appreciate it. And 181 coming into Ottumwa at 8:11 a.m. All right, thank you, Michael Richmond. We will check that out as well. And while we're rolling this guy by, I do want to say thank you to everybody that helps to support the channel. All of our members that are present and all of our channel supporters. You know, we have the Big Boy, we have Mikado, 10-wheeler, and American support levels, and I definitely appreciate everybody that helps to support Steel Highway, because that is how we get more webcams up, is through all of your support of the Steel Highway YouTube channel. Not coal, coke. Okay, coke train. Got it. That makes more sense then, yes. Last year there was one empty coal hopper going across the Iowa division on the CN. Alright, good to know. Thank you. Alright, we're going to jump away from this. We had a timestamp at Belle Plaine, and then we have one at Ottumwa to check out. So let's go over Belle Plaine. There we go. And at Belle Plaine, trace shows the empty spotted at Whiting, Indiana at 08:34. Very interesting. Thank you, Alan Hunt. Always appreciate your contributions. All right, Belle Plaine at 6:30 this morning. You suppose we got some fog in Belle Plaine also, or was that just in the river valley at Guttenberg? Let's take a look and see. 7:30 this morning. Beautiful sunrise. Love that. Got to go back another whole hour, though, to 6:37, and let's see here. So 6:30. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's definitely there. And that is that. You can just barely see the gray stripe and the kind of the purple colors on the tops there, but that is our CP unit going through Belle Plaine. So, thank you for pointing that out. We are going to jump over next to Ottumwa at 8:11 this morning. Oops. Ottumwa. How many different ways can I come up with to pronounce that incorrectly? Alright, we're going to go back about 4 hours. 7:34 this morning. 8:23. We need 8:40. Yeah, we found it, but we didn't see the head end, so Just have to. Here we go. Now we'll be able to get the full effect of the head end going by. Hello, Rob G. Yes, better late than never. I absolutely agree with that. Definitely appreciate everyone tuning in today. And northbound mixed freight coming across at 8:40:47 at Ottumwa. So here comes the headlights around the curve. Definitely slowly making his way up the hill. Might still be coming out of the yard. Hard to say. And a pair of KCS motors, Southern Bells, running elephant style. Very interesting. Thanks for that catch there, Michael Richmond. Definitely appreciate it. And while we are rolling this train by, we will just make a comment to thank. So we've got Main Street Donuts is our host here in Ottumwa. They're the hosts for both the Ottumwa webcams, so thank you for hosting. Let me think. Thank you to the Belle Plaine Area Museum for hosting the Belle Plaine webcam. And I think that was the only other one that I had. Did we go to any other? Oh, Washington. Well, we did try to check out Washington briefly. The Washington Airbnb. The Washington Depot Airbnb. That was our host there in Washington. And then, with all that said, make sure and check out steel-highway.com. You can order magazines. You can subscribe for the whole year. If you order now, we get you caught up. We send you the back issues for this whole year. Subscriptions are going to be due, renewals are due on January 1st, so always keep that in mind. Got some empty flat cars there for IPSCO in the middle of the train, or SSAB, whatever they're calling themselves now. And, ooh, an empty state car. A couple of low empty state cars that I believe those are maintenance away flat cars, if I remember right. Interesting to see that on the end of the train. Yes, Buddy Burton, 251. I would say that that's probably accurate. So, thank you everyone for supporting Steel Highway, and make sure and check out the steel-highway.com website. And we are, in fact, going to wrap up just a little bit early today. I know we didn't go the full hour, but this is something where I've got another call that I've got to get on right after this, so we're going to wrap it up just a little bit early. But make sure and check out steel-highway.com. Order the magazine, order a hat, camera strap, all the fun stuff that we've got, all available for sale there. Back issues of the magazine if you want to order that. And just, continue to tell people about Steel Highway. Continue to support the channel any way that you can. We always appreciate it. And my final note for the day is going to be the Sioux Line 1003 tickets, to make sure and check that out. We have a limited number of tickets available that have that are still for sale. And if you're interested in participating, that is November 12th, Sunday, November 12th, up in Hartford, Wisconsin. I'm going to run Fairwater to Hartford, Wisconsin that day. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will definitely check this out later, and we'll hopefully see everyone back here again next week. Thank you very much.